We're set up on the tripod. What an absolutely amazing day to be out hiking. Something a little bit different and not kind of everyone's idea of a hike is today we are hiking between the communities of Stayner, Ontario and Creemore. Creemore is a beautiful little kind of destination village community. Got a great little coffee shop there. Which of course we're going to stop and have coffee once we get there. It's around an 18 to 20 kilometer round trip hike, and it's all along a beautiful little country road, a country lane if you will. There are cars on this road, but generally speaking it's not busy by any means. Local farming community use this road. Hey, Gary here, trail name Jasper. Welcome to my channel. We passed by some beautiful little farm locations, farmhouses and barns, farmers' fields and so on. Of course, all the fields are covered with snow. Last week at this time we were embraced in a major winter storm. This week it's almost like spring. It's about -3 out right now. It's about 8:30 a.m. I did miss a sunrise this morning just due to other commitments, but we're out here now. It promises to be a great day. It promises to be a great hike. And again, I realize walking down a country road isn't necessarily everybody's idea of a hike, but you know what? Walking down a country road is just as much part of hiking as walking on a country trail through the forest, or summiting a mountain, or crossing a mountain pass in the Rocky Mountains. It's all part of hiking, and it's beautiful. Now this particular hike, as I've mentioned, or I believe I've mentioned, I've done this hike several times before, although it is about a year or more since the last time I did this. It's not the kind of hike that you will find published on any app or book or map. It's something I've created myself. It's just one of my own hikes. I have several that I do a lot because I enjoy them. This is just one of those. So again, it's not any kind of published or mapped hike, and again it's around a 18 to 20 kilometer round, but it is interesting. Just down the way there's an old church built in, oh I don't know, I'm going to say 1890, but I'm just not sure. I do believe there's a plaque there, and we'll have a look at that when we get there and see. But it's really interesting. It's kind of deteriorating over the years, but there's still a lot there of interest for us to take a look at, and we'll be doing that as we pass by. So yeah. Now, another little thing I'd like to mention or talk about. As you know, if you're a follower of my channel, we've had part 1 and 2 question and answer periods. Well, I did get an email or a question just recently from Ann Parker. And Ann Parker's question, and by the way, Ann, thank you for the question, but we're going to address that now. Not that this is particularly a question and answer hike, but we're just going to address that question because we have it to address. It was a 2-part question. One was ticks on the Bruce Trail, and the other one was resupplying and consumption of butane gas for the cooking system. And also, on one of my videos, I had demonstrated and shown on one of my pre-trip or pre-Bruce Trail hike videos about a small kind of backpacking wood stove that I had and I was thinking of using. So Anne raised questions about that. So we're going to address those 2-part questions right now. So let's address the first part, which was about ticks. So ticks on the Bruce Trail. Well, I know last year Ontario was inundated with ticks, and especially to the south. So on the Bruce Trail, especially the Niagara and maybe Iroquois and Toronto sections, we're all reporting, I think, high tick population. And I did carry a tick removal tool with me that was available at any kind of hiking store, hardware, Walmart, Canadian Tire, a couple of bucks. It didn't cost much. But you know what? I never took it out of its little plastic wrapper. I did not knowingly encounter any ticks whatsoever on my hike. And now I'm sure they're there, and I'm not trying to be kind of maverick about it and say don't worry about it. By all means do. I just didn't encounter any that I know of. I never once used a tick removal tool. I did check my arms and legs, my face and so on when I could for ticks, and I did hike in shorts most of the time and short sleeves most, if not all of the time. But I didn't encounter any ticks. And just for a point of interest, do make sure you do follow tick inspection procedures or protocol. So if you're hiking with somebody, check each other. It's easier to check somebody else than it is to check yourself for ticks. But if you're by yourself, do check yourself regular for ticks, and do carry a tick removal tool. Know how to use that tool. That's the best I can say about ticks. Obviously they're out there. It's something you have to be aware of. But again, I encountered none that I know of. Okay. Man, we're into a little bit of a climb here. On this particular hike, it's a steady kind of climb to about 1 kilometer before you get to the community of Creemore. And then for the last kilometer, it drops rapidly into the valley community. So when you're coming back from Creemore, you're coming out of the village, you're going to climb for that kilometer pretty much straight up this big hill. And then it's almost a steady decline all the way back to where we parked this morning. Wow. Great day for hiking. We've just arrived at the old church. There is a little bit of maintenance work being done to this church right now, but you know what? Let's just take a look around. It's a beautiful, amazing little place, steeped full of history. Let's take a look. And the second part of Anne's question was about the butane gas stove and did I use my little wood stove? Well, first of all, no. I eventually ended up not taking my wood stove. I went strictly with a butane gas stove, and in all truthfulness, I'm glad I did. There is rain on the trail, there's dew on a morning, and securing a dry kind of kindling and woods to burn in your little wood stove can be quite a challenge sometimes. So yes, it actually was a useful tool, but I elected not to use it. I went with butane. I used just a basic pocket rocket type burner and a pot set from Rio and which I bought off Amazon, and the whole kit, the burner and the pots, was about 30 bucks, and it worked just fine. I have changed my kit since then. In fact, I'm going to put up a picture right now of my new cook pot and my new burners, and I have two burners that I'm kind of working with right now to see which one's going to be the most efficient. As far as buying gas, I actually used supply boxes for my gas. I didn't actually buy any at all on trail, and I don't know if it was available to me on trail. What I did find was one 8-ounce container of butane lasted me around 12 days. I would boil water maybe 3 times a day. I am a coffee drinker, so I would have coffee on a morning, quite often hot cereal. I would have a hot meal in the evening, which usually consisted of, say, ramen noodles with mashed potatoes, this type of thing. So it all required boiling water, and that's the only thing I did prepare, if you will, or cook, was boiling water. So about 12 days from an 8-ounce, an 8-ounce butane gas cylinder. And again, I didn't see anywhere on trail to buy it. I didn't see it in any stores that I came across. I started out from the Queenston Heights Park with 2 full 8-ounce containers, but I had more containers further north in my supply boxes. So again, I had no need to buy any on trail. So I hope that helps you out, Han. Might be a little bit vague, I guess, but as to buying gas on trail, I didn't have to do that because of my supply boxes, but I don't know where I would have bought it because I never actually saw any on trail at any of the stores I went to. So that's something for you to think about. If somebody else knows of a reliable source, a store on trail, please put the comment below and let's tell other people about that. Okay, let's keep going. This hike down this country road is beautiful. It's amazing. I'm a little bit surprised today how busy this little country road is. It never used to be this busy that I recall, but again, it's been about a year since I've been down here. Maybe it's just the weather, and when I say busy, it's not busy at all, but there are more cars than they ever used to be. Maybe it's just because it's a beautiful, bright, sunny day and maybe people are just out for a drive. I don't know. Steady, steady climb all the way to about a mile or kilometer before Creemore. Steady climb. Now this particular hike we're doing today, it's the kind of hike that is somewhat easygoing. Oh sure, it's a steady climb going to Creemore, but again, you're on this kind of country road. You don't have to concentrate really hard. You don't have to watch each and every step over rocks and tree roots and potholes and so on. It's a relaxing kind of hike. It's the kind of hike you can clear your mind, you can let it drift, you can dream a little. My pack today, my pack is coming in at about 25 pounds, which is a good kind of training weight pack. but it's filled with photography gear, because as a photographer I'm always looking for that perfect kind of image, although not today. Way too bright, everything's washed out, but still I have the gear with me. As the morning kind of meanders towards midday, the sun's coming much higher in the sky. Temperature now, I'd say it's around freezing. It has warmed up a degree or two. I took my toque off, didn't need it anymore. Upcoming trails, an update on the upcoming trails or hikes. So I have pretty much 100% decided, notwithstanding issues, that the Colorado this summer will be my my major through hike this year. I'm gearing up for that, and I'm training for that, and I'm using the Bruce Trail as a possible backup if I need to, if for some reason I cannot do the Colorado. I've no idea where this Corona-19 virus is going to be, or what the conditions are going to be come summertime. Possibly restrictions on travel, I've no idea, and maybe it'll all be over by then. I have no idea, but I'll use the Bruce Trail as a backup if for some reason I cannot travel to Denver. But assuming I can, then I'm pretty well sure the Colorado will be my next major through hike. Right here, a small homestead cemetery from back in the day. Wow. It's very, very, very interesting and holds a lot of history. Yeah, very interesting indeed. Beautiful, beautiful countryside. An absolutely beautiful place to rest. But beautiful countryside. Great views on the opposite side. Let's go over and take a look across the valley as we started to gain elevation as this hike progresses and continues today. Not sure how well this will show in the GoPro. We're looking almost directly at the sun, but a group row, if you will, of tall pines with a country farm home behind, embedded within those pines, offering summer shelter, summer shade, and stunning views over the valley below. Beautiful. Wow, again, shot of the country road that we're hiking down as we continue. As we've descended down into the valley community of Creemore, let's just take a moment to answer actually one more question, and that was from David. Now David asked me via comment or email, I can't remember which, what do I actually do for a living, because I spend a lot of time outdoors on the trail. Well, yes, you're right, I do spend a lot of time outdoors on the trail because I enjoy it. But okay, I have a small photography business that brings me in a small income annually, but not enough as a full-time job or a full-time income. So I also drive a school bus part-time. That gives me the opportunity to be out and about on trails, and also working with clients within the photography world. Secondly, on a Saturday night here in this part of Simcoe County where I live and work, I also do drive a taxi cab out of the Blue Mountain Village, which is full of tourists, each and every Saturday night, one night a week, and that really just helps supplement my overall income. So between the three sources, my photography business, the part-time Saturday night taxi driving, and the school bus driving, I make a modest income that allows me to live the lifestyle that I enjoy living, and is spending a lot of time outdoors, be it hiking or photography, which again go hand in hand. So yeah, so now we are entering into the beautiful little community of Creemore. This place is stunning, and as we get down into the center of Creemore, it comes quite clear it's a very historic and artisan type community. It's a destination community. There isn't a major artery or highway that runs through this community. It's a place you come to. It's a place you choose to retire to. It's a place you choose to live in. But yeah, we're just entering the main street now. It's beautiful. Something else I should mention about Creemore. As a photographer, Creemore has been an extremely good community to me. Over the last, say, 3 or 4 years, I think it's 4 years now, I have sold about 200 printed and framed landscape images. And I have sold about 150 of those images right here within the community of Creemore. So that's how good Creemore is to me as a photographer. The majority of my printed landscape images have been sold right here in Creemore. So yeah, it has a special place in my heart and my pocketbook. And I thank Creemore for that. The residents and the people who call Creemore home, thank you for supporting me as a photographer. Yeah. What an amazing little historic main street. Wow. Beautiful little community filled with restaurants, cafes, bakeries, coffee shops, artisan type stores. They have a hardware store. They have a foodland grocery store, which actually makes it a possible resupply location on the Bruce Trail. However, it is about 9 kilometers to the trail from here. So it's definitely a resupply location. Wow.
So he put me in a Toyota Highlander. Okay. And then he put me in this. Yeah. And
Creemore 100-mile store. Interesting. Maple syrup in the window. That's got to be good. Toy store. Now that's got to be interesting. Look at the mural on the side of the wall there. Creemore flight training, circa 1917. Wow. Super. This right here is the old Creemore Springs Brewery with the old Creemore Springs truck inside the window. I have no idea if we can see that or the reflection of it. I think it's just reflection. It's such a bright day, but anyhow, Creemore Springs Brewery was a microbrewery that back, or whenever, 15 years or more ago now maybe, was bought by one of the big breweries, Molson's. But a great beer, by the way. Creemore Springs. Yeah. Beautiful little community here. I just love this little town, village. Yeah, if you can see, probably can't. I'm not sure if we can see anything other than just reflection. I think we're just seeing reflections across the street, but inside we can see, or I can see, the brew kettles. But again, I think all you're seeing on the GoPro screen right now is reflections in the glass. Which is a shame, but it's probably all we're seeing. Wow. The old local pub. Lunch and a pint. Not today. Not today. Now right here, you can get the best carrot cake ever. That sounds nice. Okay. You know what? We're going to leave the village of Creemore. We're going to head back now. Oh, I don't know. 8-10 kilometers, whatever it must have been. Back to where we started from this morning. And back to the car, the parking area. What an amazing hike to get here. Beautiful, beautiful day for hiking. Great community. Had a cup of coffee. Perfect. But you know what? I'm going to end my vlog here. So it's Jasper here. Trail name Jasper. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it interesting. Please give me a like, share, leave a comment. And if you haven't already, think about subscribing maybe. It's only a click away. Hey, we're going to talk to you next time. You guys take care.